The hell is that?
What are these scary noises in the sky? Did you know they have been becoming more common every day? Could it be the angels of the Lord blowing their trumpets and announcing the fulfillment of some Bible prophecy? Or is it some kind of supernatural phenomenon? For some time now, videos have been appearing on the internet from various parts of the world, showing the sky making a very loud and continuous noise, as if a large turbine plane were passing nearby. But when people look up, they see nothing but clouds. This phenomenon is drawing the attention of scientists, religious people, and others who are witnessing these sounds. And the question that remains is, what is causing these noises in the sky, and why are they happening more and more frequently? Should we be worried about something that could happen in the very near future? In this video, I will show you a series of recordings of these sounds happening in the skies around the world, present some theories about the origin of these noises, and give my honest opinion at the end about everything that has been said on the internet. But before we begin, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel. It's very quick. Click the subscribe button below the video and activate the notification bell that will appear next to it so you don't miss any video I post, okay? I want to help you in your walk with God every day, so come join me. Now let's get started. The first thing we need to make clear is that these noises happening in the sky didn't just start now. There are videos from 2012 showing the phenomenon occurring in a city in Russia. At that time, many people were so shocked that they doubted the authenticity of the recording, thinking it was a hoax to scare or draw attention. But no, it really happened and was confirmed by scientists and thousands of witnesses at the time. These sounds started to become more frequent from 2020, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. From this information, the first hypothesis trying to explain what these mysterious noises in the sky are arises. Let's go to it. The first hypothesis: gases in the atmosphere. A group of astrophysicists argues that these sounds are related to gases in the atmosphere. It's as if the Earth is literally burping. And the fact that people heard the noises in various parts of the world during the pandemic is due to the decrease in pollution levels on the planet. Furthermore, with fewer cars on the streets and less everyday noise, because most people stayed at home, these scholars claim it became easier to notice this phenomenon that constantly occurs. But let's be honest, brothers. Do you really believe that such a huge roar would go unnoticed by us? Even with all the noise around us today, we can notice, for example, when a helicopter or plane flies near where we are, right? Similarly, our attention is caught when we hear thunder in the sky announcing an upcoming rain. So how could our ears ignore such a noise? And a second point, if this hypothesis were true, why are the sounds still being heard and recorded all over the world, including here in our country? The quarantine ended a few years ago, and we all returned to our routines. Yet reports of sky noises continue to increase. Therefore, I don't believe this makes any sense. The second hypothesis: mass delusion. Some theorists, especially people who question everything related to science and religion, argue that these sky noises are nothing more than a mass delusion that works roughly like this. One person says they heard a terrifying noise in the sky, scaring many others. This fear generated in these people's unconscious makes them believe they are also hearing the same noise. And the more this information circulates, the more people are affected and start to hallucinate to the point where everyone believes it's real when it's not. An example of this that many of us over 30 years old will remember is the supposed sighting of a UFO in Brazil in 1994. Some people reported seeing an unidentified flying object with yellow and red lights flying through the sky. And in a short time, practically every Brazilian claimed to have seen the same thing. That is, maybe 4 or 5 people really saw something, but this information drew so much attention and worried so many that many believed they had the same vision. This got even stronger with the internet, as a piece of news can cross the world in a few seconds. But still, in my opinion, this theory can also be dismissed since there are several videos and reports about this phenomenon. Of course, not all are true, and many people take advantage of the subject to gain views and engagement on social media. But most of the analyzed images, including by NASA scientists, are proven real. The third hypothesis, Skyquake. Speaking of NASA, this third hypothesis has already been studied by them. Skyquakes are a phenomenon where loud and unexplained sounds are heard coming from the sky. These sounds are often described as explosions, booms, or noises similar to thunder, but are not related to any meteorological activity. The causes of skyquakes are not well defined, but those who support this theory say these sounds can be caused by various situations, such as a wave caused by meteor collisions, gases from the ocean floor that can cause explosions when they evaporate and come into contact with the surface, or even military activities like powerful weapon tests and planes breaking the sound barrier. But do you believe that NASA, astronomy institutes, and even those interested in and studying space would say nothing if there were so many meteor collisions near Earth's orbit? Or wouldn't there be accidents with large ships if gases evaporating from the ocean floor caused major explosions? And more, what kind of military test would cause such large sounds in so many places around the world without raising at least a question about the start of a major war? So, brothers, I also find it very difficult that these sky noises are caused by skyquakes, regardless of what they might be. The fourth hypothesis, spacequakes. Spacequakes would be a kind of magnetic earthquake in the sky. According to NASA, which studies this phenomenon, the magnetic waves around Earth end up causing this sound that, depending on its frequency, can echo here on our planet. Among the hypotheses we've seen so far, this spacequake one makes the most sense because there really are many types of gases around Earth's atmosphere that influence the Earth's surface. And spacequakes, whether noisy or not, cause no harm to humanity. They have always happened and will continue to happen. The fifth hypothesis, Project Bluebeam. I have a video on my channel explaining what Project Bluebeam is about. This is a hypothesis that has strength among those who support the theory that the New World Order will use advanced hologram technology to create false alerts of alien invasions, or a global religious awakening in the sky to deceive people worldwide and make them submissive. Thus, the world population would accept a new government and a new religion that would ensure the domination of human civilization through manipulation. According to proponents of this theory, these sky noises are part of Project Bluebeam, which would be starting to awaken people's fear so that they start seeking a savior, a protector, who would be presented by the project at a later time. Although many people talk seriously about this project, I sincerely do not believe it exists now because even though technology is advancing frighteningly, it has not yet reached the point of achieving something so grand. But it could happen in the future, especially if it is to contribute to the arrival of the Antichrist in the world. The sixth and final hypothesis, the end times. Many religious people argue that the sounds coming from the sky are nothing more than a sign that humanity has reached the end times that Jesus himself prophesied in Luke chapter 21, that before his return, there would be signs in the sky, in the moon, and the stars. And on earth, all nations would be desperate with fear of the terrible noise of the sea and waves, and worldwide people would faint in terror, thinking about what will happen because the powers of heaven will be shaken. Additionally, they also cite verse 2 of chapter 14 of the book of Revelation, where the Apostle John made the following account about sounds he heard from the sky that would be very similar to those happening lately. Look at what he said. "I heard a sound from heaven, like the roar of rushing waters, and like a loud peal of thunder. The sound I heard was like that of harpists playing their harps." Look at this, brothers. If we analyze these two Bible prophecies out of their true context, we could very well say that these sky noises are really linked to the end times, and they announce Jesus' return. But the fact is that both Jesus' prophecy and that of the Apostle John do not speak about today's times, but about a period that is yet to come, which is the second half of the Great Tribulation, which according to Daniel's prophecies, will begin 3.5 years after the Antichrist reveals himself to the world and takes total control of the nations. So brothers, we come to the conclusion that there is no definitive answer to these sounds happening in the skies around the world. And it may be that we never have this answer. God created the sky for his glory, and in Romans chapter 11, the Apostle Paul exalts the greatness and riches of the Lord, saying that no one can explain his decisions or understand his plans perfectly, but regardless of the origin of the sounds coming from the sky, we need to be prepared for Christ's return because we know he will come soon. Therefore, it is very important that you maintain a life of intimacy with God, always seeking to follow his word, because only then will you be free from witnessing terrible things, as Jesus said will happen in Luke chapter 21. And beyond that, there is no reason for despair or panic because there is no evidence that this phenomenon can harm us. And what do you think about all this? Write your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you in the next video. May God bless you powerfully. A big hug.